Welcome to Spooky Stories. We're your hosts, Jackie and Martha. For the next 11 days leading up to Halloween, we'll be sharing spooky stories, but not always spooky, from books and periodicals within the collections here at Seton Hall University. We'll start off with reading the story, and then we'll follow it up with some commentary.
It is day 6 of Spooky Stories, and today we're going to do things a little bit differently. So I'm not going to share a spooky story with you, but rather a sort of spooky piece of history, which is the lore of the book curse. So book curses, if you're not familiar, are inscriptions placed in medieval manuscripts and early printed books to deter theft or damage or misuse of the book. They were often written in the margins or the ends of the book, and invoked divine punishment or misfortune to anyone who stole or defaced the book. This practice was put into place because at this time, books were really valuable, they were rare, it was very labor intensive to produce a book. So the curses really, they could range from something more mild, like a mild warning, to severe threat, like calling for spiritual retribution or excommunication or even eternal damnation. And we actually have
shout out eternal damnation.
Yeah, shout out to eternal. That's my favorite way to punish someone. So we actually have a book curse, an example of a book curse in our own collection, which is why I wanted to do this, because when I came across this last year, and I actually posted it for a Halloween post last year. Follow us at Shoe Libraries on Instagram. It was actually found in a children's history textbook, right, Jackie? It was a kid's book, and it was a child and
your child.
they wrote. Hold on.
Yeah, we have I think, isn't it American history actually?
Yeah, I think it's like a history. It's a kid's history.
Very early history book.
Oh yeah, a children's history textbook from the 1800s. So it says, quote, "Steal not this book, my honest friend, for God the gallows will be you send." So this little kid was like, if you steal my book,
he's
you're gonna
threatening
get
to hang
hung.
us.
You are gonna get hung.
That's so mean.
That's crazy. I know. Well, yeah, I guess it's kind of, we have his book now, so.
Don't
Well,
damage it.
no, it's not us because we didn't take it from him.
I guess we didn't.
Someone else
We're protecting it. We're protecting it.
Just holding on to it, just borrowing it.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll come
Long-term
back
borrow.
for it.
Long-term borrow, yeah. Right
Maybe
up those fines, though.
maybe he's still with it. That reminds me, has anybody seen Hilda? Which is the
Yes.
Netflix? Right, there's
I
a
love
book.
it.
There's a book that is attached to a ghost, and the ghost cleans the one person
Yeah, it's
I
it's her
know.
friend.
Yeah.
It cleans her room every night for her.
What's her
Aw.
name?
Wait, sorry. This is a.
This is
It's a kid's cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen my old roommate used to
What
watch
is her
it.
name?
Right.
I can't.
I'm gonna Google it.
Do you think that
Yeah.
curses are
Elevator
like cheaper than like the security tags?
You can try.
Do you think we
like
could-
at the mall?
No, I mean like when we put in the books. Rob puts the book. He like every time when we
Yeah.
process new books, we put this like security tape in it that'll make
Well,
you beep when you
listen,
leave without checking it out.
I think that it would really deter
You think
people
we could teach
from...
Rob how to curse the books instead of putting the?
Well, I think it would deter
could do
people
both.
from stealing, from
Shout out
like
to Rob.
not returning books to the library.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
so they stop going missing.
so they stop going
in the Ouija
missing.
collection particularly.
Yeah.
It'd be
So,
fantastic.
yeah.
Sorry, hold on. Her name is Frida.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, just so everyone knows, our leisure books are cursed. So if you take them out without
Yeah, just
checking them out, you will
Yeah.
take a curse home to your dorm.
Yeah.
Curse.
If you
But if you
steal,
check
They're
them out
effective. It's like
responsibly.
those rocks at national parks in Hawaii
Yes.
where it's known they're cursed. The National Park Service gets mailed back.
I saw that.
Those
That's
stolen
so
rocks.
funny.
They're like, yep, sorry.
They're like,
that-
stop mailing us back the rocks. Just don't take them in the
Yeah.
first place. My friend did that too. He stole a rock from Peaks Island in Maine. And he actually
Oi.
sent it back with the friend who lived up there because we were up there visiting him because he
Yeah.
said spooky things were happening. Like the rock kept like moving, like he didn't put it places.
Stop.
Part of me thinks his girlfone was just like playing
Fuck.
pranks on him with him.
Fucking with him.
Yeah, I think that his girlfriend was just messing with him, but like he actually gave it back to our friend who lived up in Maine and said, because he goes hiking on the island all the time. He goes,
Yeah.
put this back. It was just like a little, like, not even like a this size rock,
Yeah.
like just a little one. But he was like, I'm not messing with that.
No,
you know,
that
we have a spoon in our collections that somebody took. This is part of our archival collection. It's the spoon. And we got it mailed to us, I think when in like sometime in the 2000s with a letter.
No, we oh wait, was it?
Yeah, I
Was it
believe
2000s
so.
or recently?
It was I just mean like in the past.
you know
20
what
years.
it is? Because we got two things. We kind of like discovered that in connection with something else that had just been mailed back to us. So I think you're right. It was like from the 2000s, but we rediscovered it.
Yeah. So somebody had
Recently.
taken this spoon. It was a spoon. It said, I took this from the dining hall like 30 years ago.
And part of like a program, I think, for high schoolers too. He wasn't even like a
The student here, he was
student.
just visiting.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I do have a fork in my kitchen from the dining hall from
Well-
when I was a student.
Yeah.
Well, you want to add
6
it?
years
Now
ago?
we'll have a well-rounded
Yeah.
collection.
Yeah,
You
give me
wanna
the
send it
fork
back?
that I have.
No,
But
actually,
we're
we're
using
missing a
still.
knife. We
No,
do
it
missing a
matches
knife.
Martha's wrist tattoo though. It would match.
You can just go to the dining hall and
to
take a
get
knife.
add a little spoon. So for those of you who don't know, I have a little fork and knife tattooed on me, and I should complete the set.
Yeah.
But actually, guys, I apologize. I take the reins for one day from Jackie, and I forgot to introduce everyone. So, so welcome.
Assuming that everyone knows the regulars at this point, you know.
Spooky Stories. So I'm one of your hosts, Martha, and I'm with Jackie, of course, and I'm here with a full house today of special guests. So if you want to introduce yourselves, your family at this point, family.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jenna Leese. I work upstairs in the collection development department.
I'm Natalie Lau. I'm the scholarly communications librarian.
I'm Michael Murphy. I'm the diplomacy librarian.
I'm Quinn Christie, the public services archivist.
I'm Laura Hapke, the gallery collections manager.
Thanks.
It's our crew now.
It's our crew. We just got so comfortable with each other that we just walked right into it. You
So
know.
I have a fun thing about the Hawaii rocks though, because
Yeah.
when I was there, it was for my parents' wedding anniversary because they did their honeymoon there. I specifically, even though like I have done geology and stuff, so I wanted to take some rocks for my friends to play with. I asked the hotel guy if I could take them from the little hotel thing
Mhm.
instead because I don't want to be cursed.
No.
And especially not by the volcanoes. Have you seen the
I would
damage
not
those
mess.
things did?
I would not mess with that.
Have you
at
seen the
all.
Brady Bunch episode where they took the things home?
No.
It was like a
They went
Brady
to
Bunch-
Hawaii?
Yeah, they like did a vacation episode as all sitcoms did in the day.
That
Bring
is
back the
true.
vacation episodes. And they like got like these cursed idols. And I knew Brady Bunch, but then later on in a Scrubs episode, JD and Turk get like matching ones. But like the whole point is that like they get these like
Yeah.
cursed idols and like bad things keep happening to them on their vacation because of the idols.
Yeah, I mean,
Very, very classic Brady Bunch.
it's just a like just don't. You're not from there.
Don't take stuff.
Don't take stuff
Why?
because you're gonna get cursed. I just like don't
Okay.
upset the natural order.
Also, it's bad for local ecosystems.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah,
Yes,
to make
Laura.
realistic.
Thank you,
Or
Laura.
don't bring invasive.
Laura wants the
species
lizards to
in.
be okay.
I want the
Yeah.
lizards to be. Martha also is on record saying that she wants the lizards to be okay. Okay.
I took different places.
For
Well, actually, I did
upstairs
take
at my
some
desk.
Well,
Rocks
no, I
from
mean, like,
Spain.
I actually brought back the Sea of Galilee and the
Ooh.
Dead Sea.
I
Just
have
a
a
little water.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Amazingly,
We have a
though,
lot of water.
But like,
We
I
got
mean-
cursed rocks here.
yeah, but I mean, I took rocks home too.
All right.
And you know, the thing is, like, they got past TSA, but like,
Mhm.
we
Oh yeah, absolutely.
right no, but I mean, like, they took, I think, items of our clothing because we were missing items of clothing.
Are you sure you didn't just leave them?
I don't
where
know
you were
where they
staying?
went.
I think
Because-
what happened is you were cursed because you took the water.
I think
Yeah,
yes.
So
Oh,
your
the
clothes disappeared.
I'm sorry, the water Jesus walked on.
That's
He's
good.
cursed.
I mean,
I feel like he gets a pass.
I feel like that's a holiest of water. I don't
Yeah.
know. You know, we have the seminary.
Well,
Maybe we could
so
ask them.
back to book curses, guys. I was curious. What would you, if you have to write a book curse?
Well, it wouldn't be hanging someone from gallows. That's so.
I know, but
that's
what
so
would
like
you?
humany, you know? That's not like
Yeah,
mystical.
actually, I have a couple more that I want to
Oh,
read
okay,
to
yeah.
you.
Ooh, I got a good one, though.
That's an example. So this one is, whoever steals this book, may he die the death, may he be fried in a pan, may this falling sickness and fever seize him. So like, I don't know.
I don't know
Falling
what that is.
sick-
I'm gonna
Maybe
Google
it's
that.
just
Yeah,
a
Google that.
grammar. you
We're
know?
a live research podcast, as we mentioned
We
before.
fact checkers.
Um,
Well, when you got to frying pan, that's when I was like, oh, okay.
Frying pan is
Rapunzel,
crazy.
But yeah, no, it started not sounding Rapunzel-y after that.
And there's also for him that stealeth or borroweth and returneth this book. So I guess girls can
Falling
steal.
sickness is epilepsy.
Oh,
It is referring to seizures. You fall over.
Not narcolepsy?
I like the
No,
collective.
epilepsy.
Yeah.
So
I got a good one. If that
So it's not only they not only want you to die, but they want you to fry in a pan, have a seizure, and then get a fever,
Huh.
and then die.
Mm.
And
Wow.
then there's also for him that stealeth or borroweth and returneth not this book, let it change into a serpent in his hand and rend him. That one's pretty
I
cool.
like that
I
one.
like that
Mhm,
one.
mhm. That one's very Aladdin.
I was really like
Yeah.
every time you turn a page of any book from
I wonder if
paper
mine.
cuts.
Ooh.
You just like can't turn.
Oh, that's
you can't turn
horrible.
page.
Good one.
Is it going right? You could never turn a page of a book again. You
Without
just
a
without
paper
getting
cut.
paper cuts.
The one that I just thought, I think a little bit because of what you just said, is it'll magically swap your hands. So your right foot on the left
Oh
hand.
my god!
and your
I
left
already
on the right hand.
cannot tell my right from my left either. That would be a nightmare for me. That would really.
Or maybe it wouldn't
It's
matter.
hell for people who need to look at
Oh,
their hands.
no,
you know
it's
what,
it's
Quinn,
striving
I
a
appreciate
little
that.
bit.
I
I was watching a
appreciate-
podcast recently and someone asked someone, if you would you give up a finger to speak another language, what would it be? The guest
Oh, easy. Yeah, I would.
well the
That's
guest
like
I guess
a
the guest
Jackbox
first said
game.
like I think like Japanese and then she's like I will give another one up so I can do sign language. And, and you watch in her eyes the realization of what she said.
Oh no.
And then there is sign language
so
like
much
more
fun.
modified, but like
Yeah, yeah.
and then horrible.
I
Yeah.
think Aslan is less fingery than ASL though. Like BSL is.
Even these
pretty,
were
like,
Americans
human.
saying this.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then
That's
you just like
unfortunate.
slowly watch the realization as the other podcast host like starts
like,
dying laughing.
No.
Wait, I want to get back to that copy you, with the book
wanna do
curse.
it, no.
It is
Yes.
from
That was so
a
cool.
kid named
Linear B.
Yes.
Lehman.
That I would give a finger for that.
Yeah.
The other ones I'm like, no, just get on Duolingo. But for linear to crack
Wait,
like linear
see,
A or B,
I even though
Yeah.
I'm on Duolingo,
Or
even though I
Jakarta.
studied 3 years of Spanish, I still would cut my
Valerian.
finger off to not have to do that ever again.
Wait, hold on. I just want to get back to your copy.
Yeah.
Because it was owned by Lyman Willard Wallace, and he wrote the book curse in
Yeah.
that book. But also, we have another book curse, which I think is one, and it's in the back of a polyglot Bible.
Oh, fun.
Which I feel like, why would you
Is it
curse?
only in English?
No, it's not.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think so. I don't remember.
This-
it's
this
very
curse?
tiny.
Oh,
But
okay.
the curse is in English.
Okay.
Yeah. But I feel like it's a very strange thing to curse since like stealing is
Yeah.
already
Against, yeah, it's it's famously one
like,
of the commandments.
Yeah. So, like
don't they say that like Bibles are some of the most stolen books though, or something?
That's
I
so
believe
fun.
that.
Is that a,
But
At a
is that
public
a true
library,
thing?
it is
Well-
definitely.
really?
Yeah,
I
it's one
wonder-
of the ones we have to replace the most.
I wonder if that's just a statistical artifact of how common the Bible
Yeah, that might
is.
also
Yeah,
be
probably.
it.
Well, yeah, it's the most printed book.
Do you want to know how many Bibles we probably have down here?
There's a ton
peek
upstairs in
behind
like
the
the circulating
screen.
stuff, so I'm very curious to
Yes,
know.
It's about 1,200, or maybe like 400. I think it was 1,400 something. I did an entire data visualization on the call numbers and just shortened it to BS. Sorry, that's what it falls under.
Yeah.
Is BS.
It falls under religion.
Uh-huh.
and
Like,
it's-
so
yeah.
it's religion, so the Bibles are in there.
No,
so.
it's biblical studies. That's what LOC is. That's why it's
Oh.
BS. It's biblical studies.
I never read the
Yeah.
entire thing. I just know when you say BS.
It's doubly
possibly get.
So if you steal a Bible, if you steal this polyglot polyglot, steal it, you will be doubly cursed in the eyes of God and in the eyes of its owner.
That's true.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what is this curse?
I don't
Yeah,
know. I
what does
can't
it
really
say?
read it.
Oh,
I
okay.
just know it starts
because it's
off
not
very
in
similar
English.
to the other one of like steal not this, and then it just
Gotcha.
turns
Also,
into wiggly script.
isn't Christianity like generally against witchcraft?
Yes.
Like traditionally.
Yes.
So
Hence the
this is a
Edinburgh
little bit.
witch trials.
Yeah, but
Oh
I
yeah,
mean-
no, I know. I was.
But
we gotta
I
go
feel
back
like you
to
shouldn't
Ireland.
do witchcraft on your Bible.
Polyglot
right?
Bible too. So what
I
other
mean,
languages are in it?
That's also an interesting point to make, though. Like, how far back are we going with these curses? Are we going back to a time where Ireland was making the switch from a more of a polytheistic folklore,
Oh, it can't be that old, can it, Jackie?
Hold on, I'm sorry.
or is it
We're-
just some kids
wait.
writing some stuff in a Bible?
Why are they? I just know they're. It's just it's a translation that is just part of the entire process of the biblical
Oh,
history.
is it one of the Bibles that also has like the Greek?
Oh,
think
or like
so.
Latin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know about this one. When I tell you it's tiny, it's like tiny,
Oh, okay.
and also somewhat like bad
That's so
condition. So I
cute.
just leave it closed.
Mm.
But
No book
Yeah.
tape.
That's the worst thing about working with collections is sometimes you can't satisfy your curiosity because stuff is in really bad shape.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. Well, to answer your question, Jenna, I think that the concept of a book curt became popularized in that turn of like
well,
because a lot of the punishments were religious, like it was like social and religious
but also
like penalty.
very popular with children because children thought it was funny.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I'm
what
saying,
I'm
like,
I'm
is it
just
or
gonna
is it-
say, like, mass literacy and mass ownership of books is a relatively modern phenomenon.
It's very
Yeah.
true.
So, like, you know, and I think there's just a natural attraction to like cursing
Mhm.
someone. I feel like that
Yeah.
transcends the religious
Especially-
context
We
you
do
live
in
in.
Jersey. Do you not do it a lot, like on the road? I mean,
Well,
I mean,
What,
like
steal
also like
books?
writing,
No, curse.
writing notes in books
Wait,
is
but I
a
feel like-
common thing. I mean, there's a history about like a social culture around. I come from a public library background, so leaving notes in books is a very common
Right.
thing.
there's a librarian that does that. She used to post it on her blog, like all these little things. that she
Yeah,
finds.
so I took a class about, you know, reading specifically about genre studies, and we did specifically romance genres, and they talked about how back before the days of like Goodreads and Amazon reviews, this subculture of women who read these mass market paperbacks
Mhm.
would have individualized signatures. Some, you know, this one woman would always put a star on page 7 if she liked the book, and maybe a circle page 8 if she didn't like the book. And you would like start to, you never knew these people, you never met them, but you knew their signatures. Or someone would write a, you know, in the background like JL liked this, or JL like
it's
star
kind of
star.
like the like communal textbooks. And
Yeah, it was
I
like a
do
very
like
like it was a
that.
culture, and I was, you know, we were talking to an old, one of the older women who writes like Harley Quinn novels, and she talked about this culture behind mass market paperbacks because, you know, back in the day in the library they were always in a back corner, very hidden, very
Mhm.
secretive, and you didn't want anyone to know what you were taking out because they were seen as taboo. So they kind of built their own society without ever having met. You know, maybe one woman who would like to keep track of which one she read would, and I hate these people, but also I respect them. She'd tear a specific page like slightly.
Mhm.
We
Uh-huh.
actually had a gentleman who did that for his mystery books. He was a very old gentleman and didn't, you know, really use any other way to keep track of what book. But to remember which of the mystery books he'd read, he would kind of like put a little tear in one of the pages, and it was the same
Don't
page.
do that to our
every time.
books, please.
No, please don't ever do that.
Please.
But it's just endearing to see the kind of culture
Mhm.
that these people built up. And I think there's similar ones replicated with sci-fi and other genres that we're seeing more as like, you know, you read it on your own and you didn't like let people know you read those genres back
Dirty
in,
little secret.
yeah, dirty little secrets back in, you know, the day. But now, of course, these genres are, you know, more mainstream. But I think that's kind of back to the topic at hand
Yeah.
of like writing these like curses and things in them,
Yeah.
like maybe like a sub-genre of
Yeah.
subset of people who, you know, would do it to make notes to each other and things like that.
I
It's
love
a way
that.
to assert ownership.
Well,
Yeah,
in a lot of our manuscripts that we have like manicules that were
hand drawn. It's just to point to the text and highlight
Point to the text.
something.
Yeah, but it was whoever, the monks or whatever that were writing these would highlight it's what they thought was important to know, and they would draw a little hand. If you don't know what a manicule is, it
It's a
would
little
draw
pointing hand.
a little pointing hand. Some of them are really good and some of them are not.
Some of them are
Um,
suggestive as well.
Yeah, some of them are suggestive as well.
Suggestive of what?
What's
the real question here?
Use your imagination.
Is this like ancient
We can
Greek?
insert a picture here.
No.
Well, yeah, these manuscripts are like, I don't know, like 14th century.
No, they're like, they're like,
I'm trying to
we're,
think.
we're trying 1500s, 1600s.
Yeah.
They're earlier. They're not exactly. We don't have any. Maybe there's one that's
So ancient
1400s.
Greasy, like suggestive with like pavers in the floor of
Oh,
like Rome, or like a different kind of suggestive.
I don't really. Oh, you mean like the
I think she means lewd.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones that I haven't.
You mean badly
I'll be
drawn is
honest,
considered
Think
lewd.
body part.
Jackie
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah. Oh,
And
you
then
don't know
there
the
are
thing
hands.
about ancient Greece and like the paver shapes pointing
No.
to certain
Okay.
businesses.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said paper.
Oh,
And I was like,
paver.
ancient Greece, they put paper in their head? Okay.
I find it interesting that
Learn
like,
something new every day.
what is the age that you consider vandalism like culturally significant? Think about it this way: like, do you
Yeah.
think those monks back in the day making these notes of these books when they
It's-
returned them, the people were like, "Gosh darn it, they did it again! I drew in the margins."
It's an
No, I feel like
interesting
it was
question.
helpful. It was helpful to know what was
Well,
to pay attention to. What
It's
was
like a
important.
study
The-
guide.
But the points of the margin was to write in it,
Yes, that's
Mhm.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and generally
Nowadays,
books,
it's
books,
like, no.
It's like
books weren't
absolutely
taken
not.
out. They were,
True.
and sometimes they were even chained to the shelves.
Yeah. In,
Oh
like,
yeah, I went to
monasteries
the
and,
Bodleian
Yeah.
in Oxford, and they
Yeah.
have the books that are
like chained,
chained
to the wall.
Oh, it was so
Mhm.
beautiful. You were not allowed to take any pictures.
Yeah, I'm sure, I'm sure.
In like
This is a
archaeology,
beautiful
it's
library,
also interesting too with like these different sites and like you see modern vandalism, but then it becomes part of the archaeological record.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of like debate about that. On like both kind of like, is it part of the
Yeah.
record or is it just vandalism
Right.
and like a crime that should be tried? So it kind of like debates between those two.
Well, with that, I think we can wrap up to day 6 of book
Yes.
curses.
Yay!
Thanks for joining us, guys, and let us know if you have any questions or if you want to learn more about book curses.
Or
We're
tell
here.
us your book curse.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah,
comment
comment down below.
what your book curse would be, but please keep it nice.
Keep
Okay.
it PG.
Bye.
School appropriate.
That's it for today's episode of Spooky Stories. We are your hosts, Jackie and Martha. If you enjoyed Spooky Stories, be sure to share and follow us on social media at SHU_libraries. Until next time, keep your curiosity alive and remember, the library holds more than just books. Some stories may linger long after the lights go out.